Alright guys, what's going on? Crunch here and welcome to my first ever podcast. So the reason it's going to be a podcast, it's going to be quite a long video I think, so I don't really have enough time to gather enough footage, stuff like that. I have got footage, but just not enough to sort of cater to keep you guys entertained to watch the background whilst listening to this. And I haven't really been in long enough from college to actually get some, like a random group of things to put together for you guys. So I thought, make it into a podcast if you guys enjoy it. Just obviously you can put it in the background of your whatever you're doing, if you're escaping, doing homework, something like that. You can always just put it in the background and it won't distract you with the video. So if you want to do some other stuff, you won't have to focus on watching the video because you can just listen to it in the background. If you think this is like a good idea to do this, maybe once every 2 weeks, once a week, I don't know, something like that, whatever one really fits in, I guess. If I don't have enough time to play RuneScape, don't have enough time to get footage, then I guess a podcast would be pretty good to do. I have got quite a good, I think personally, quite a good couple of topics for my next few videos and quite exciting stuff to come as well. Some of you guys may already know it, but I actually got invited down to the Jagex headquarters, or the game studio, on Thursday night I think it was. I was actually babysitting at the time and I got invited down to Jagex and literally I was so excited. It was like such a shock, because I wasn't obviously expecting to go or have anything like that ever offered to me. It was just a massive shock, and it was really exciting as well. I was just babysitting and then it was like, check your inbox on RuneScape, so I did, and I never really check my inbox because most of the time it's just billing stuff if I've brought rune coins or something like that. So I never really check it, but I checked it and it was like saying this message. I think it sent to the same message to the other people as well. So the other people that got invited and actually went was RS Rogi, two of the main guys from RuneZone, which was Nathan and Dan, the leader of the Max clan, Jakircraft, and also James. Now these guys were really awesome. Obviously it was just a massive honour to meet them because, I know of them, and I just think it's so different because when you hear them in videos or you hear about them from other people and then you never really picture that you're actually going to meet them one day. It's just really awesome, a great experience, and literally they're just a really awesome bunch of people. So I guess to start this off I could talk about the train journey. So first off, it was like 2.5 hours journey. I come obviously from down south, so I had to travel upwards to Cambridge. It was actually supposed to take 2.5 hours, but it only took 2, so that's really good. It was like quite a smooth train journey. It didn't have to wait for half an hour or anything. It was maximum 10 minutes wait, and it was just really good. I went from one station to London Waterloo and then on the underground twice, and then basically from King's Cross straight to Cambridge. So it was really good, got some good seats, and I don't know, it's just a really smooth journey. It was really easy to get there. Obviously direction wise I did go with my granddad because I'm only 17 and you have to be 18 to actually sign the NDA piece of paper to obviously say that you're not going to exploit anything from inside. So I wasn't actually old enough to do that alone. However, seeing as my granddad came with me because my parents were busy and stuff like that, it was obviously a good little holiday for him as well for a couple of days. So basically when I got there, we went from the station, we walked actually to the hotel. It was about 20 minutes. I got up my GPS and stuff like that to find out where it was. About 20 minutes maximum walk I think it was. If you just, basically it was straight ahead. There was a couple of little turns in that, but pretty much it was straight ahead from the station, a 20-minute walk from there. But I did also go shopping and stuff in the town centre on the way there, so I got a couple of things just some new clothes and that, but that's not really important. Basically when we got to the hotel, it was a really nice hotel. It was called the Varsity Hotel and Spa. So it was literally, we looked up the website when we found out, and it's really nice. It wasn't some cheap hotel. It was just really nice. The rooms were really proper high quality rooms. The service was great. The people, everything was really good with it. Fantastic hotel. Was quite small, but quite modernised and stuff inside as well, with some really sort of different but kind of awesome photos inside as well. There was different ones to do with money and stamps and things like that. It was really different but really cool at the same time. So basically that was the hotel, and once I got there, I think I got there around 2:30 because we weren't actually shopping like I said before. So we actually got to Cambridge about 12 o'clock, went shopping, got to the hotel around 2:30, and I didn't actually realise anyone else was there. But Jakir was there and also Roger was there because they actually went together. I went and met up with them an hour or so. We went just hang out for a bit, just pretty much just talked about it because I've never met them guys. I know that they've probably met each other because they live quite near each other I think. So they've probably met each other, but I haven't met any of them, so it's nice just to sort of get to know people, get to know the basics of who people were and what they did and stuff like that. I know of them and obviously I know they make videos and that, but just to get a little bit more information was pretty cool and just nice to sort of chill out and stuff like that. Then I actually went back up to my room just to see how my granddad was doing, just check up on things, see how he was finding the room, see what it was like, just, I didn't really stay in there for that long before I went and met everyone else, so, it's just kind of nice to see how things work, just get things unpacked, settled in and stuff like that. I was only there for a night, but whatever, just sort of get used to where things were. It was really nice, the TV was massive and everything, the beds were super comfy, but yeah, after staying in my room for maybe about 45 minutes, I actually got a text from Silent Call, aka Dan, and we pretty much just met up when he got to the hotel. We actually stayed in Jakir's room for about half an hour, deciding what to do, and it was actually raining. Then we went out to get some food and met up with some other mods as well, which was really awesome, obviously to meet some more people, because I didn't know they were coming, and then when they came, it's kind of like a big thing. It was really awesome, to get to meet some more people. It was kind of awkward at first because I didn't know sort of what to say and stuff like that, but then after meeting them a couple of times and just seeing them, it was really good, a lot of fun, and definitely worth meeting them. It was really awesome, and we did actually see them a couple more times on the trip as well. But after this, it was about 5:30, went back to my room for about half an hour, and then at 6 o'clock I went upstairs, went to take some pictures, stuff like that, and then it was too cold upstairs, so we all went down to the restaurant, which was actually in a separate building but part of the hotel, so it's you have to go out of the hotel and then in another room, and that was where the restaurant was, slash bar, slash breakfast place, whatever you want to call it. So we all met there, and that's pretty much just where we stayed for about 6 hours. I think we were there from 6 o'clock, I think it was, till about midnight. We just chilled out, just spoke to people, got to know everyone else, because by that time everyone else, I think it was apart from Dan, had arrived, so there was quite a lot of us there still, and obviously the mods were still with us. We were all just talking and stuff, and then they left about 10 o'clock, and then MMG actually came round, which was really awesome, because we were all waiting there for him to come down, because Dan was do you want to meet him? It was of course we do, it was really awesome. And then he came down after he finished work, and we just got to talk with him, and that was just really cool, because it kind of just gave us a chance to get a bit more information about him, just talk to him about a bunch of different things, and that was just really cool. It gave us a chance to just meet everyone again, sort of thing, because when we were with all the mods, it was we had to speak to everyone, but then when it was just the ones that were invited, it was gave us a chance to all sort of talk together without other people being there, and obviously get a chance to meet MMG, just basically get him used to us, I guess, let him know who we are, what we do, just things like that. And then we actually got a bit more background information on him, just spoke about general things about the game, everything like that really. It was just really good, 2.5 hours, something like that, of just speaking to him. And then we actually got not kicked out, but basically the restaurant was closed. We were the only ones in there, and we had to leave about midnight, so got back to the hotel room about 12, something like that, and basically crashed for the night. And that was pretty much it for that night. And then the next morning, I think I got up about 7:15, something like that. Got ready basically to get some breakfast, because we had to go back to that restaurant that was connected to the hotel but not actually connected. Me and my granddad went there for breakfast, and that was really nice. It was really good. We got actually free breakfast on the hotel. I think they give free breakfast to everyone that stays there, which is really cool. So that was really good, that was really nice. And then we actually met up with Jakir, who came down, and then one by one more people kept joining us, because obviously they're waking up at different times, stuff like that, all in separate rooms, so we didn't know when everyone else was getting up, so we all just met in there at the end, and we actually all ended up being there. Then someone came up and said that your taxi's here, about 9:30 I think it was, but we already knew it was coming, so we already knew what to expect. And this time was actually when Dan joined us from Rune Zone, which was really cool, so got to meet him for the first time, and that was just really cool, to get to meet him and just sort of introduce ourselves and stuff like that again. And that was pretty much it. I think after that we just got our stuff from our room, got our little extra things, did whatever we needed to do, and then pretty much just got in the taxi and headed straight off to RuneScape headquarters. Now this was about a, 10-minute drive, something like that, so it wasn't long, but like I said, getting to meet everyone else again, sort of in the taxi, and we were all talking and stuff like that. It was really good, just to sort of get to discuss what we thought was going to go on, and just see what everyone else thought about it, and how they got invited, why they think they got invited, because none of us really knew and stuff like that. So obviously I can't tell you guys, because I'm not allowed to tell you guys. I can't really tell you what I've seen, heard, anything like that, so I can't go into that at all. Please don't ask me to do that, because I won't. But basically I can give you a rundown on how the day pretty much went. So when you go in there, literally, there's basically the thing we did was we got breakfast, got tours of different parts of the office, because I can't really take you into that much detail, but we got to see the sort of the way the videos and characters are made, how they're done, basically how they deal with different things, like issues, stuff like that, how they, you know, come to deal with it, and just how all the audio's done. The audio for me was the best part. It was really cool. We actually did get to watch Mod Osborne do his podcast live, and it was really awesome. That was probably, for me, one of the best parts of the whole trip. Getting to, basically, we were all sitting in this room on these like cushions on the floor, whilst there was, I think there was 4 people doing the podcast pretty much. I can't tell you what it's on in case you don't know yet, because I don't think it's out till Friday, so obviously make sure you tune into that. So yeah, it was really cool, you know, just to be in there, and he actually asked me what YouTube name was during the podcast, so if you hear that in the background, then yeah, that's me. But we were all in there, which is really cool. It was a lot of fun, you know, definitely to be in there for sort of like a first hand sort of hearing on the podcast and just seeing how it's done, what sort of like equipment they use, I guess, because I'm obviously a video maker. It sort of like interests me how they do that, what equipment they use, software, stuff like that. It was really awesome just to see how they made all that happen. But the second part, which was basically where we went straight from the podcast room, we went down to the audio room, which was like right next door, because podcast is part of the audio as well, so it was like right next door. And this was like I said, the second best part for me, probably joint first with the podcast part, just because like music for me is quite a big thing. I always like to pick special music for my videos, like make sure it's decent enough to actually upload with the video, make sure it's not copyrighted, stuff like that. It's kind of hard to pick music, but I really like it when I find music that I enjoy. I think it's really good, and you know, just hearing the music that they were working on and just hearing all the stuff they've got so far, it was really interesting for me. I just think that's, you know, one of the things that I personally enjoyed the most. Obviously the video stuff and the graphic side of it is definitely one of the big things for me, because I love designing all that stuff, but the audio was especially a big part of it, and I think like one of my favourite parts. So I'm not really too sure how much else I can go to, like how much I can go into in terms of information and stuff. Obviously I can't really give you much of the stuff that we pitched for. We were able to sort of help out with different updates and like sort of think about ideas that we think can improve the game, but I think that's pretty much all I can tell you guys. I don't want to say anything that will spoil it or get me into trouble, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it was an awesome trip, absolutely fantastic. I can't believe that, you know, I got the chance to go down there. The train journey home was just as smooth as the first one. I think it was a little bit longer, maybe about 2.5 hours as opposed to 2, but nonetheless a great journey back. Really awesome trip. I really cannot, it sounds really cheesy, but I obviously can't imagine going with any better people. It was really awesome. So obviously thank you to everyone who did go, made it awesome. It was a fantastic trip, and if I got offered that again, I'd be over the moon. And that was definitely one of the greatest moments I've actually had in my life at the moment. It's one of the greatest things I've ever done. It was fantastic, and it was just extremely interesting. So I guess that's pretty much it for this one, guys, this podcast. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to see more, then obviously let me know as well. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too everywhere, all over the shot. Didn't really know how to start it off, because there's a lot of stuff that we did, and obviously a lot of stuff that I can't say, so I have to sort of be careful what I include, what I don't include. But yeah, really awesome trip, fantastic, you know, getting to meet people, just getting to learn about the game and how passionate everyone is, because you know, you don't really see it. And when we actually got to meet like Mod Mark, and we got to meet Mod Alan, the one that did the 50 banana challenge, Chris L, we got to meet so many people. Like I said, Mod Osborne, he's like one of my favourite mods there is, like Silent Core as well, we got to meet him, and honestly, it was just an amazing trip, and I can't obviously thank you guys enough, because without you guys, I never would have got recommended to go, and I can't thank you guys enough for that great experience, and I love you guys for it. You know, this is one of the biggest things I never thought would have happened, so I really cannot thank you guys enough. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this podcast. Let me know what you think about it. If you want me to do more of these in the future, just hop down below, let me know, and even if you do want to see some, just let me know of some topics you want to talk about, because otherwise I'll have nothing to talk about. Sorry for the lengthiness of this video. If it was too long, just let me know and I'll try and shorten it down for next time. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.